Oh my goodness, I thought. Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the new end of an era Javi Martinez card to review today. So, we are taking a look at a card that is 6'4", low medium work rates, right footed, 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. Low medium is definitely a very interesting work rate. I don't expect him to really push up the pitch that much. It is a card that you do mostly want to use as an actual CDM. Obviously, with the work rates that he has and the base characteristics that he has, it's going to be more ideal to use him in that position. He does actually have the dives into tackles CPU trait, which is definitely very helpful for some situations. In-game attributes, he's at 82 for acceleration, 89 for sprint speed. So with the Shadow Chemistry style, we're going to be boosting that up to a 92 for acceleration and a 99 for sprint speed, making him usable in the center back position or the CDM position, depending on how you want to line him up in game. Base card stats for shooting is at a 97 for long shots, or 95 for long shots, 97 for shot power, 76 finishing, 89 attacking positioning. So if he does get into those situations where he could potentially score, he could actually do a pretty decent job. Base card stats for passing is at a 97, 94, 74 with 93 for vision. So passing stats definitely good for a CDM as well. So he is a 6'4" player. 6'4" player with what body type? High and average body type. Okay, so high and average body type with good dribbling stats, really good defense, because defense with the Shadow Chemistry style will obviously make it perfect for every single area, which should make him a defensive beast, to be honest with you guys. His transition speed shouldn't be too bad either because of the dribbling stats that he has, but obviously we're going to see in game because of his base characteristics of his body type and all that good stuff. So, yeah. Dribbling stats, like I said, pretty decent. He does have 95 reactions, which is pretty cool, with 94 ball control. Again, defending is already really, really good on this card. And then he also has physical, too. So he's a high and average body type. 6'4", but he also has 99 strength, 99 aggression to work with, and then he also's got the 85 for stamina. So, to be honest with you guys, the card actually looks pretty solid in the CDM position. It is a card that, if I was going to be using the 4-1-2-1-2, we could do this on balanced, and then the width we'll just put higher for the review, and then this will put to higher in the players in the box. Yeah, so we'll switch this over here. Lewandowski with Royce, Douglas Costa. Yeah, these guys will join the attack. I usually don't use this, but I like to use this for the reviews for certain players, right? Javi Martinez will be on cut pass lane, stay back while attacking cover center. And these guys, well, we can leave them on overlap too. Yeah, so that's the defensive tactic. So yeah, we'll try him on the 4-1-2-2. Like I said, the most important thing here is obviously his defensive presence, so we'll see what it's like in game. Okay, so this is the first team we're going to be facing. Oh, he has Nani in his team. That's pretty cool. I mean, he's got a Portuguese, so by default, it's already beast, right? By default. Okay, so we'll try him out. This is him over here. I mean, he's already started off pretty hot. He's pretty tall, man. Like, he's really tall in game. 6'4" height, definitely noticeable. We're just gonna kick this ball away so that way we can just defend with him constantly. Danny Olmo! So much fun to use this card. Oh, he magnetizes to the ball too, eh? That's actually sick. I love players that do that, man. I love when they, like, consistently do that. And Babu does that a lot, bro, and that's why that card is freaking nasty. Woo! You can definitely see that emphasis a little bit on the first touch, but guys, he's a CDM, so it's not a big deal, to be honest with you. Nice, good stuff. What's good there is that I overcommitted to the side position there, so I can see how fast he kind of transitions into that area through the middle. You do notice initial acceleration, but not by a lot. Like, the only reason why I noticed it more there is because I overcommitted him to a side I shouldn't have, right? But obviously that's for the sake of the review and testing it out in those specific areas. Oh my goodness, I thought he was actually going to score that. Ooh. You see that animation choice that he actually did right there? That was sick. Yeah, so that situation there, he didn't really like track inside the 18-yard box, but that's like a huge thing with CDMs nowadays. Like if you ever use players like Bruno Fernandes, oh my god, like it's such an amazing thing that he just consistently tracks back, but you still have to control him sometimes, right? So it's a situation where you do have to test out different areas. We'll just take a nice little shot cancel there, a couple of dribbles. Nice, good tackle there. I am liking his tackling, guys. Like when he is near the opposition, his tackles are actually pretty solid so far. And see, in that situation right there, he's actually covering the left back position because the left back overcommitted. So nobody in the middle, but somebody else will just occupy that position at some point, right? So it's not bad defensive awareness by him, to be honest with you. Yeah, so you can definitely tell that he's a strong runner. So obviously he's not going to feel the most agile when it comes to chasing after people. But guys, his body type and tackle animations are definitely pretty nice, to be fair. Ooh, a couple little small little touches right there. I'll take it. Let's do a nice little AI run right here. Oh, we get that? Nope. Yeah, his transition speed is actually pretty solid, considering how big he actually is. Tackles, gets back into the play quickly. Yeah, transition speed's actually really solid. Might get that too, good. So the one thing that I am noticing with this card in regards to defensive AI is the medium work rates in defense, right? Like if this card had low-high work rates, I really feel like he'd be an absolute monster. Like you know how Makalele's card has the low-high work rates, which is obviously very beneficial if you want that CDM to really stay back while attacking, and that when he pushes out of position in the attack, he actually comes back quickly. It would definitely be a very helpful thing. So there's a lot of situations where you're definitely going to have to control him yourself to get him back into those defensive positions. His shooting animation is actually really good. Yeah, that's like the one thing I noticed defensive AI-wise when it comes to him coming back, but he does stick to position really well, to be fair. It's just that there's certain areas where someone's going to counterattack against you where it'd be nice if he had the high work rates. Nice Legrand switch over there by him. Definitely has the Spanish DNA for passes. Yeah, so that one we misjudged a little bit timing-wise to commit the tackle. So you can see here in that situation, right? You see how he doesn't really aggressively track back because of the lack of work rate. So do not overcommit a card like this. If you don't overcommit him and he's like normally in his actual position, it'll be perfectly fine. The only time you'll actually notice him track back from time to time, that's a great block by him again, is going to be when he is activating his cut passing lane instructions. So you've noticed that on 2 different occasions when he's blocking the fullback area and the middle area right there. But guys, other than that, he's a really, really solid CDM, to be honest with you. Like, I'm actually enjoying him for the most part. His shooting definitely comes off really well, even from the really poor angles. See, he does that like bending animation when it comes to his shots, which is definitely very helpful. See, so there's a player next to him, so he's activating that cut pass lane instruction, but he's not super aggressive when it comes to coming back, right? Not a bad strike. Poor angle as well. Nice, good tackle there. Like I mentioned before, even checking him out, I didn't expect his transition speed to be that poor, to be honest with you. Like, it's actually pretty solid for what it is. That's him activating the cut pass lane instruction. That was just weird. I don't know what just happened right there. Yeah, so when you're controlling him, it's not necessarily a big issue, to be honest with you. Little interception right there. Pass off. Shot. He does the same animation every time. He does the bending one, man. The bending animation is really good, guys. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the new SBC Javi Martinez card. So we gave him a Shadow Chemistry Style to test him out as much as possible defensively, right? Because with the Shadow Chemistry Style, you're going to be boosting the defensive stats all to a 99. Now, you totally could give a card like this the Hunter Chemistry Style for the finishing boost as well as these, you know, shooting boosts here and there, right? But the thing about Javi Martinez is that if he's ever being used in my team, I'm really not going to often find myself in a situation where I'm going to have to shoot with him. I'm going to mostly defend with him. So even if it's a +3, +4, I personally would probably still give him the Shadow Chemistry Style if I was using him in my team, but you wouldn't be wrong to give him a Hunter because mid-90s is obviously very good as well. I just don't think I'd find myself in a situation where I would often shoot with him as a CDM in my squad. But who knows? Maybe you're playing like a 4-2-3-1. You're building the play up. He's playing in your right center defensive position. Maybe you pop in a long shot here and there with the finishing boost that he has, as well as the shot power and long shot boost. His shooting actually comes off really nicely because he does the animation consistent. Like he always bends his body, which is obviously very helpful to have when it comes to the shooting mechanics of this game, right? Regardless, you are going to have to give him a pace boost. Some people are giving him an engine chemistry style. In my opinion, it's not enough, right? Like you're going to have to give him a Shadow or a Hunter because of the way that the game kind of plays out in the pace department. So it's either going to be a Hunter to increase the shooting by a little bit if you find yourself in shooting opportunities, because like I said, mid-90s is perfectly fine, or you're like me and I mostly see myself just defending with him constantly. You give him a Shadow Chemistry Style to make him as perfect as possible defensively while working with his 6'4" height and high and average body type. So let's talk about how he performs in game with certain characteristics, right? So because he does have the medium defensive work rate, you're not going to notice that crazy thing like, you know how Bruno Fernandes with the high work rates, like he pushes forward just as much as he tracks back. Javi Martinez does not have that crazy track back thing, right? But that's me over-committing the card in a lot of different occasions. Like if he's playing as a CDM on stay back while attacking cut pass lane, cover center instructions, he will often be around that area. And to be honest with you guys, defensively, he's actually a very, very solid card. Now, yes, for the full meta aspect of the game, you do notice the acceleration sometimes being low to work with his body type. But to be honest with you guys, defensively, he makes really good tackle animations. His pace works really well with his dribbling stats, considering the body type that he actually has. If I was actually taking into consideration this card in my actual team, the only thing that really bothers me for the meta of the game is the medium work rate for the defensive work rate, right? It's just, if he had the high, he would actually be a really sick card to use in the meta of this game, in my opinion, right? But regardless, guys, he's still a pretty solid defensive player. You just have to... You're going to find yourself often using him to defend in those areas. And if you don't mind that at all, then that's going to be something that you're not going to really care about. He's going to be a really good defensive player. He has that reach, man, because he's a 6'4" player with really good defensive stats. So it's very helpful to have all those things. To be honest with you guys, for a card that costs 200k that plays for Bayern Munich, has a Spanish nationality, and is a card that'll be fun to use in the CDM area, regardless of the meta of the game, because it's not like he has, like, listen, if he had like 75 acceleration, 75 sprint speed, I'd be like, all right, guys, this is a card you use for fun. But with Javi Martinez at 82, 89, defensively, he's going to be really good for you, but you're just going to have to find yourself in a situation where you do have to use him often to defend in certain situations, especially for those counterattacks. But I think 200k for this card is definitely fair. He's a very solid CDM that gives you some great links. So not bad at all, in my opinion. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.